Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my little scientists. How are you today? Wish you are fine. I'm Mrs. Sameh Hassan from Taqwa. Let's start our session today. We'll talk about reflection and refraction of light. Firstly, let's guess why we can see an inverted image of a building on the surface of water. Because the light travels in a straight line and it doesn't pass through a dark object. So, for this reason, shadow will form. Let's talk about the nature of light. Light is an electromagnetic wave. Why? Because it doesn't need a medium to propagate through. It doesn't need a medium to pass through. And it also a transverse wave. Why? Because it moves perpendicular to the direction of propagation. And transverse also means it consists of crests and troughs. The speed of light equal 3 times 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So let's talk about the meaning of reflection. What's mean by reflection of light? Yes, it means returning back the light on meeting a reflecting surface. Let's talk about the types of reflection. The first one is regular or not uniform reflection. What's mean by regular reflection? This means the reflection of light when they met smooth surface and reflected in one direction. The second type is irregular or non-uniform reflection, which means reflection of light when they met rough surface and reflected in different directions. Let's see this exercise and guess. Classify these types of objects. Is it rough or smooth? Leaf of the tree. Great, it's rough. And what about the type of reflection? Yes, of course, irregular reflection. Mirror, is it rough or smooth? Super, yes, it's a smooth surface. What about the type of reflection? Of course, it's regular reflection. Number 3, piece of paper. Yes, it's rough. And what about the type of reflection? Of course, it's irregular reflection. Aluminium foil, super, it's a smooth surface. And what about the type of reflection? Great, it's regular reflection. Another example, a piece of wool, yes, great, it's rough surface. What about the type of reflection? Of course, irregular reflection. Stainless steel, yes, smooth surface, and of course, it's regular reflection. Leather, yes, rough. And what about the type of reflection? Of course, irregular reflection. And now, let's talk about laws of reflection. Before we talk about the laws of reflection, we must know some concepts of reflection. The first one is incident light ray. The second one is reflecting light ray. What's mean by incident light ray? It's a beam which represented by a straight line intersect with the reflecting surface at the point of incidence. And what's mean by reflecting light ray? It's a beam which represented by a straight line which reflected from the reflecting surface. Like this, the light ray, which represented by a straight line which intersect the reflecting surface, like this, it's called incident light ray. And the light ray which represented by a straight line which reflected from the reflecting surface, this is called reflecting surface, is called reflecting light ray. there are two angles between them. The first one is called angle of incidence. What's meant by angle of incidence? It is the angle between incident light ray and normal line, which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface. What's meant by the angle of reflection? This means the angle between the reflected light ray and normal. This angle called angle of reflection. Again, the angle of incidence means angle between incident light ray and normal. This one. And the angle of reflection, angle between reflected light ray and normal. Okay, let's see this question. What's meant by angle of incidence of light ray equal 30 degree? Of course, like we said, this means that the angle between incident light ray and the normal perpendicular to the reflecting surface at a point of incidence equal 30 degree. Another question. The angle of reflection of light ray equal 40 degree. Great. This means that the angle between reflected light ray and normal perpendicular to the reflecting surface equal 40 degree. Hope you enjoyed our session today. Thank you so much. Goodbye.